Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. So, yesterday, I worked some around kind of this area, and I'm pretty happy with how it's all looking. So, I think it's just time to go right into the corners. Hello there, Yudgy Kitty. I am doing pretty alright today. How are you? Alright, so I just remembered that there were just a couple of tiny things I wanted to adjust around here. Well, I'm here every day. So don't worry, I'll be here. There we go, just want to make some tiny adjustments around this side and just a couple of spots. But I think everything's looking pretty alright here. I'm quite happy with how it's all turning out. I think yesterday I was so focused on getting this side right that I didn't pay quite enough attention to that side. The side on the bangs, so now I'm gonna take a close look at that too. Oh, that's a lot of questions. Is it helping you learn what you need to learn? There's like this tiny little white spot up there that I'm trying to cover up a little bit better. But I'm thinking it might not actually be a good idea to do it with that layer there, so I think I'll just actually push this up just a teeny tiny bit. That should cover the white spot that I was seeing. I was afraid that it was just a spot of her head poking through. Do not need any funny bald spots there. But there we go. After just a few minutes, it looks like corrections are about done here, because I thought everything there looked pretty good. I just wasn't quite satisfied with the inner part of the side bang there, or the front bang. Yes, the front one. Okay. So let's see how far on the corners I can get today. Hopefully I can get quite a lot of them done. Ah, I see. Well, good luck. I hope that it's helping you learn the material that you need to learn. Because after all, that's what's important. It's not just a matter of grinding questions. It's about understanding. And if your classes aren't giving you understanding, then... well... that's kind of unfortunate, I think. Let me see, I probably have that totally distorted. Oh no, that's just how it is. Okay. I guess I can still fix it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, all this seems fine. So now, I guess I'll just go on into the corners here. I can already see that I'm gonna have a lot to fix. Alright, well, let's get started. I swear, every time I look at the corners, they just look incredibly intimidating. Because I can always tell that there's lots of stuff I need to fix on them. But it just goes to show that I changed a lot of things and fixed a lot of things for the better on the angles around them. And that, indeed, all the changes that I made did make a difference. I guess in that sense, it's actually kinda satisfying. Just seeing how big of a difference everything made. Alright. So I think I'm just gonna go up and down here a little bit and try to get the overall shape of this bottom area right, and then I'll worry about the shadows in here. But right now, even just where it kind of connects into her head over here is really far off. So I want to push that back into place. Get the general idea right before I go in and start really cleaning it. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. It's still a bit off, but it's much closer. I'll leave it there for now until I'm ready to go back in and be a little bit more precise. So let's see, on these angles, what do I think needs fixing? Okay, well, first off, in this lower turn, I can tell that I need to lower kind of the 2 points where these underneath areas connect. With the pointy part. Need to lower that a little bit. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. Do you know what? I'll just get started over here too. Why not? My brain has decided it just wants to jump around a bit today, so let's jump around a bit. Just pull everything down just a little bit. Very slightly. And then I can gently slide all the way across. And it looks good. I mean, it's a work in progress. But I think the big forms are there. Alright, we're gonna go bald for just a second here because I don't quite like the way this part was moving. Like, it's fine when it's totally covered up like this, but there are a few frames where I see some stuff that looks kind of bad. Kind of in between the two keyframes. So, I need to clean this up just a little so that this way, on the area between the two keyframes, it won't look quite as crunchy. So let's take a look now. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go look at these shadows a little bit. I'll clean up the outer edge once I have a better idea of what's going on here. Because I think that once I know what's going on here, I'll be able to more accurately figure out what's going on over here. And I also want to get this, the very top part of the side bank, looking good too. So I think I just want to clean up these areas first. I think it'll make it a bit easier to understand where everything else is going to have to go. And I should have a pretty good frame of reference if I just look at what's over here. Yeah. And you can see that I didn't even zoom out for that. Didn't feel the need to this time. Because I just wanted to make sure that the top of the shadow was lined up pretty well with how it was on the left turn. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see. I think I want to line it up with the bottom first. I think that'll make it a little bit more clear as to where some of these shadows and stuff should go. So right now it looks like it's a little bit too high up. And figuring out where it should be vertically seems like a good idea. And if I see anything else that bothers me along the way, I'll just go back and fix it as I see it. It's kind of like I am here. There's like this thing right there. I can't tell which layer is having the problem though. Okay, let's just pull this out here a little bit. That looks like it might connect it. Actually, maybe I should consult the mesh here. Where exactly is the problem here? 'Cause that seems fine. What about you? Do you have any problems? Perhaps. Yes, this looks promising. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit so this way I can more easily see the entire mesh. Where is your problem here? I don't know. It doesn't look far enough off to cause the issue that I'm seeing. Yeah, that's way too close. A little bit jittery there, okay. This mesh is just hard to read because there's so many dots. So many unnecessary dots. But I think I see something like expanding down here, so maybe these are supposed to be a little bit more like this. But boy, is this hard to move around. There's just like this little spot right there where things don't quite meet properly. And it's bothering me. It's bothering me a lot. But I cannot figure out how to make them meet properly. Oh, is that it? Did I find it? Maybe. Perhaps. I don't know. That still doesn't look like it's shaped right. I guess it's fine. Maybe. No, I don't think that's fine at all, actually. Okay. So, the reason this isn't fine is because it pulled down this shadow way too much. So, okay. I'm gonna have to think then. Oh wait, those aren't connected. Okay. Not connected as thoroughly as I thought then. That's good then. Maybe it's still workable. Maybe it's still workable. Okay. Let's see here. I mentioned that it looked like it was kind of the wrong shape, because it doesn't quite match the shape up here. It's being pulled, like, to the right? Okay. I still don't quite understand. But I'll go take a look. Let's see, how is the mesh supposed to be here? How is it in my turn? Yeah, something's like being pulled all the way down here. Okay, I think I might see what the issue is. So when I look at it here, yeah, this is all very smooth. There's no big gaps. But I see a lot of big gaps here. Like, I swear what I'm saying makes sense in my head. But yeah, I'm noticing that up on the original, the shape of all the triangles was much more evenly distributed. But on that downward turn, they were, like, all over the place. So I'm hoping that this sort of thing helps. I mean, that definitely didn't, but once I push things around a little bit more, in theory, maybe it'll help. Just gotta find all the right spots. It's alright, I'll find them. And if I recall, I actually wanted to make this shadow a little bit thicker, but I couldn't get it to look right. So I'm actually pretty okay with it ending up just a little bit thicker through there. This is super wrinkly, but I want to see if I'm on the right track. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, let's smooth this out a little. Fortunately, this is the kind of error that is hard to spot before I look at the corners, at least for me. But the corners definitely do make things easier to spot. So there we go. That should be put together much better now, so that this way, when she starts moving her head to the sides, it should move a little bit more seamlessly, without getting caught in all those weird shapes that I was seeing before. So I'll test that momentarily. But first, I want to make sure that it still lines up with the center. very well. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I can be happy with that. Let's see if it moves a little better here now. Ah, yes, that is much better. Most excellent. Before, there was quite a lot of squirming, and now I think it's pretty okay. Okay, and yeah, I think this is starting to look okay, so I'm gonna go back to trying to figure out where it kind of connects to her head. Actually, before I do that, do I want to do any work on the side bang here and where it connects to that bit of hair? Yeah, I think so. Let's do that next. So that'll be that one. Yes. There it is. There's lots of hair layers, so sometimes I get a little bit lost. I actually kind of like the way that this highlight moves upward. It moves about the same amount as it does up on this highlight too. So I think I will leave that like that. And just kind of adjust a few things here to get everything the right thickness. I actually worked on my comic a little bit yesterday for the first time in a while. I say a while, but I think it's only been probably like a week since I really tried to dig into it again. But that's a long time for me. It feels like a long time anyway. So that was always fun. It's always fun to kind of revisit things that I've been putting on the back burner a bit for other things. this case, I've just been doing many drawing things and trying to do... Oh, shoot. It got something caught in my throat there. But yes, I've been doing many drawing things and trying to get some stuff ready for this stream and stuff like that. So I hadn't been thinking about it quite as much lately, but been digging into my character backstories and personalities a bit. Kind of helped me figure out how the story should go and how to guide my thinking. Because ultimately the characters are the lifeblood of a story, so important to get them right. I'm kind of treating them like been treating the face and head here and everything near the face. It's just like, you know, maybe I can get away with being a little bit more wishy-washy, kind of back in this area. But over here, we don't mess around. Those are the important details. Very important. Okay, there we go. I think I got the side bang looking good. Yeah. Although it is kind of sliding down a lot here, isn't it? Do I not have it high enough there? No, I think that's lining up perfectly. Maybe I have this one too high. Actually, yes, I think I do. Okay. Corner saving the day again and making certain issues much more obvious to me. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to line it up with the lower left here. Yep, that's perfect. Yeah, I can be quite happy with that. Still kind of have to adjust some things in the shadow there, but that otherwise is looking pretty good. Now that I'm looking here, I'm realizing that I don't really like the way this part is lining up, so I'll go ahead and fix that now too. Try to follow the angle that I'm setting with the spine of this vertex line a little bit more closely. I don't really like this little gap right there, so I'm going to go and fill it in right now. I'm just going to use this hair. I think that should be fine. Yep, that looks fine. There's like a tiny little piece. I should probably just grab that real quick. Use the brush. It's a bit easier. Okay. There we go. That is much better. Okay, so it looks like the way I have this set up is that actually on the downward turn, that shadow line is very thin, and on the upward turn, it's very thick. I think that's fine. I'm cool with leaving it like that. I just thought it was the other way around when I started this morning, but now that I see that it's like this, I know exactly how to handle the lower left. I'm just cleaning up a thing or two around here. This is a little bit lower than the area that I was really digging into, kind of around here, but it's important too. So my brain has decided that it wants to do it now, and I see no reason to stop it. Okay, is everything lining up nicely here? Yeah, I think so. Let's go back to cleaning up the shadows through here and hopefully getting the overall curve of the spot where it connects to her head there just right. And then I felt like this was still a little bit too blobby. So I'll go ahead and kind of tuck that in a little bit. This is the lower left. So while I do want the shadow to be visible, I want it to be a little bit thinner than it is just on the left. Or, yeah, a little bit thinner than it is just on the left turn. So I'll very carefully kind of push the shadow back. Yeah, there we go. So I want it to be a little bit thicker than it is over on the bottom turn, and a little bit thinner than it is on the left turn. And I don't quite like the location that these two meet. I want it to be a little bit further to the left. The very top of the shadow. Or a little bit further to the right, actually. I want it to be a little bit further this way. Just the very top there. So I'm hoping that pushing all those vertices together will get me the effect that I want. That might be too far. Just a little bit. It's pretty close though, actually. So I think I can actually get away with only moving the top layer here. If I just push this way just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, and it looks like I do indeed need to push over here a little bit too, just to properly connect it up there. There's some kind of shenanigan going on here. I'm actually going to consult the mesh for this, because I just see something subtly moving there. Yeah, and that's how I know that something weird was going on. Why are they getting so compressed like this? I don't feel like it should be moving this much. I think I might actually... Let me see. Bang side underneath. I might actually try to copy and paste this. Bang side... underneath. Yes. So we're gonna copy this. And I'm just gonna paste it here. Can I not get away with that? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. Looks like I can't get away with that. Okay. Can I do it from this angle? Something is really, really wrong and I'm not sure how to fix it. No. Not easily, at least. Okay. So my best bet is indeed figuring out what is wrong. Okay. No cheating allowed. So they just got, like, super rolled downward somehow. So, is it fine to just push them back up like this? Let's find out. Since cheating is not allowed, I guess I'll just take some time and try to figure that out. I was wondering why there was such a big gap over there, because that didn't seem right. And normally this wouldn't be quite a problem, but there's just some minor texture issues that was being weird. Okay. This seems fine. Because, like, if you look closely, there's, like, this tiny dark spot here. And it was flailing like you wouldn't believe. Okay. So I think that solved that issue, and now I can start trying to line it up with the left head turn a little bit better. Just kind of clean up the edge here. There's way too many vertices here, and lots of little things that I just kind of have to keep my eye on. Because I do want it to look like it's getting a little bit smaller, but there was... I don't know, it had this weird feeling that it was just being squished. Completely compressed. It looked very uncomfortable. But it's okay. I made it all better. And here there was just an almost kind of strange quality to this area. Again, not quite sure how to describe it. But it was a little bit strange. And like here, there's like, it's curving the wrong direction. I feel like it should be curving the other direction. Going inward a little bit. Whereas right now it's kind of going outward. So I just kind of want to fix that feeling, and yeah, that already feels a little bit better. And now I need to make sure that these two areas are properly connecting. Both in terms of location and that the textures actually look like they're coming together properly. Because yeah, this is actually 2 layers. So we got that one, and we got that one. So I just gotta make sure that they connect properly right over there. I'm glad I separated them. If anything, a little bit more separation might have been nice to really be able to dig into the shadow spot. But honestly, I think what I had was sufficient. Okay. I think this top part is good. Now I can look at the bottom. Still like a little spot right there that's not lined up quite right. Is that it? Yeah. Fortunately, little spots like that don't take very much to get back into line there. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, look at that go. Okay, now I can go work on the tunnel area. I didn't change too much there, I don't think. So hopefully that won't take long at all. In fact, I'm not actually sure if there's anything I need to fix. Okay, I made it a little bit smaller. When I looked at the bottom, I was like, okay, that's right. I did make it just a little bit smaller. So all I really need to do is light it up vertically, and then do any additional cleaning. Sweet. That's actually pretty straightforward. I like it when life gets to be easy. With as much hard stuff goes into creating art, it's nice when it just says, you know what? You've done enough for today. Let's just make this part easy. And everything just miraculously works out. It really does feel like just a tiny miracle sometimes. Okay, that looks pretty alright. Now there's just this spot in the underneath area. Where I want... There's like that little light spot right there, and I just wanted to line up the bottom a little bit better. Needed to straighten it out just a little. Yeah, there we go. Now it's lining up just right. While I'm over here, there's certain parts on the highlights over here that I'm not quite liking the way they're lining up. So let's see if I can fix them. I'm not sure if I can. Vertices over here are something a little bit special, so... and not in a good way. Not at all. So let's see if I can kinda fix that quality that was looking weird to me. Oh, I actually did. Awesome. Yeah, because I don't mind the highlights moving a little bit, but there's just, like, this kind of lighter spot right there that, I don't know, the way it was moving was kind of gross. But now it's good! So, I guess all is well. Okay. So yeah, I think that angle's good now, so let's go to the upper right. And indeed, if I can get the upper right, then I'll be on pace for what I was expecting here, where one corner takes one half of the quarters takes one stream, and then I do the other half of the quarters the next day. And then I do the 4 big directions one day, and the corners the next. But gradually, there's less clumps of hair that I need to look at, and everything's just kind of coming together. Ah, it's very exciting. It's funny, when I looked at the upper right here, the area that looked the most off to me was the front bang here. So that's why I'm poking at it first. But I will dig in to this part down here soon. I just wanted to get that looking nice. Okay, I indeed cannot use that to cover the entire area, so I'll just pull this out just a little here. Perfect. Now it's all covered again, and we no longer have a funny bald spot down there. Alright. Now I want to kind of finish up the overall shape here. Before I looked at it a little bit. Enough that I could kind of move her head up and down all I wanted, and it would look okay. But now I want it to be perfect. Let's see, that's better, but I'm still not quite sure if it's right. Let's go work on this shadow part. That might make how this should be curved a little bit more clear. So I'll do the shadow part and then the side bang. That kind of sits on top. And then revisit it. Alright. So it looks like I made the shadow part a little bit lower when I worked on the top turn there. And then I kind of wanted to feel like it's fading into the side bang here, going underneath it all. And I just want the angle on that turn to be nice. Hopefully line up with the left turn there. How's it doing? Oh, that looks fantastic. Okay. Now I can kind of worry about the rest of it. I don't think the rest of it looks that bad, though. The rest of it's pretty close. I just need to get this little line that goes through right, and then make this just a little bit straighter. But I think everything else is looking good. So now, with this shadow, because I made the shadow a little bit thicker on the upward turn and the leftward turn, I want it to be like super thick here. As thick as I can get away with making it without it looking weird. Let me see, how did I deal with that here? Because it's... There's something weird going on there. There's like a lighter spot attached to this. I have not had to deal with that issue before. Let me consult the mesh here. Where is that supposed to go? Okay, just way the heck down there. Understood. There we go. See, this is why it's good to ask the mesh questions sometimes. The mesh sometimes has very, very solid advice. Okay. So now when I look here, I think I want the point where they meet, the pointy part, to be a little bit further to the right. Gonna move some of the shadows with it too. Okay, I think the shadow's a little bit thicker than I want it to be, but it's actually pretty close to right. Let me check on the side bang here before I do any more with that. I don't think the side bang's looking too bad. I think it needs to be just like a touch higher, but otherwise I think I'm happy with it. Good, so I got another spot that just happened to be just about right and was pretty easy to make the last couple of corrections. It is nice when things are easy. Hello there, Anubis. I'm not sure, but it has been a while. It's nice to see you again. I think I am finally approaching the end of hair. Like I still got a bit to do, but I'm getting there. But it feels like I've been poking at hair for a long time, so it's still very exciting to see the end in sight. Well, how has your life been? Do anything interesting lately? Alright, and I think this entire area is looking good now. So now I guess I can go in and start trying to fix up the angle on this before going into the tunnel. And that didn't actually take as long as I thought it would, so I might actually get started on another corner today. I was only expecting to be able to do 2, but if I could do 3, or maybe even 4, well, that would be pretty fantastic too. I don't trust the upper right, though. Never trust the upper right. It's just the one that I've done the least amount of work on, so it takes a little bit longer than the rest of them. Yeah, it's nice to see you again. I have been pretty good. I mean, my life is pretty much exactly what I want it to be right now, so I do roughly the same sorts of things pretty much every day, with only a little bit of variation. But it's okay, I wouldn't have it any other way. Have you gotten to do anything interesting lately? Yeah, I know, right? I'm quite happy with it. Oh, very nice. Yeah, 1,000 is a pretty big milestone. That's actually pretty awesome. Congratulations. I guess preemptively. Yeah, you're welcome. It's always kind of nice to see other people appreciating what you do. So I'm glad that you've been able to do that. That is it really is incredibly awesome. And I hope you're able to continue to grow after that even. Oh. What do you plan to do with that? All right. Yeah, that'd be pretty rad. Just do full body tracking. Naturally. I mean, you gotta have fun. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. It's like I'm firmly in the realm of 2D myself, but it's a similar idea. Indeed. Are you able to do any 3D modeling, or is that something that you'd have to buy as well? Good luck. Yeah, I've looked into it before. It looks pretty hard, but it looks interesting. I don't know, I think you should go for it. There's like lots of tutorials for stuff for Blender on the internet, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying it, but if you can make it yourself, that's always very satisfying in my opinion. a good way to be. And I think it's true. I think most people can do just about anything with enough time. I've looked into 3D a little bit, but I just vastly prefer 2D in just about every aspect for the things that I like to do. Not just for VTubing, but also for, like, game design and programming and things like that. There's been a few things that I think might be better in 3D, but not enough to make me want to go too deep into the 3D rabbit hole. It's okay. I mean, everybody has certain preferences. But I've seen some pretty incredible looking anime-esque 3D models out there, so I can certainly appreciate what they do. I mean, I think 2D is like that too, to an extent. But math is great, so it's fine. I do think 3D probably has more math, though. And just because there's an entire dimension to worry about. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, just about everything is math, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask about this. Yep. Those are definitely the worst. Troubleshooting is always very hard. Yeah. I mean, troubleshooting is hard even when you aren't a complete noob. I can only imagine what it's like when you are. It's the kind of thing that takes time. And at least thanks to Blender, there's lots of free resources out there, so... Hi. Oh no. Oh, that sounds rough. I do think that's kind of the nature of learning something, though. Everything is always so hard at the beginning. But gradually you start building those neural pathways and connecting things together and figuring things out. And eventually those things that just felt so daunting at the beginning won't be quite so bad. To an extent. I mean, I agree. Like, I definitely don't disagree. But I gotta say that running into an error and then beating your head against the wall to fix it, and then eventually finding the answer and just having it be so straightforward, those kinds of things are always a bit rough. That is maybe less fun. It's alright, I had no idea what I was doing when I stepped into this, and... Well, I mean, I've slowly but surely been able to figure it out, and now it's all kind of coming together, and I'm happy. It just took a while. So, how am I okay with my life, or...? It's like, I mean, if it's how I'm okay with it. I mean, I think you're on the right track with, going to make stuff. Because, like, I wouldn't say that I'm satisfied with my art all the time, but, like, I definitely have those moments where it's just like, man, why do I even do anything? I'm terrible at this. But, like, I don't think that ever goes away. But in terms of what I'm doing with my time and how my overall life is going, like, I think a lot of that just comes down to I very gradually, day by day, just moved in the right direction. I found the things that I didn't like and tried to limit them to my life as much as I could. And I found the things that I did like in my life and tried to do them as much as I could. And for those things that were just kind of, I didn't really like as much, but were kind of unavoidable, like having to do things to make money, for example, so this way I could buy food and a house and stuff. I just kind of figured out what I could tolerate, and did that, and saved up enough money to pay off my house, so now I need very little money to live, and that leaves much more time to do things that I think are more interesting. Like, I guess for perspective, I got a 15-year mortgage on my house, but I paid it off in less than 6. Because I have an allergy to spending money, so that definitely helped a lot with financial freedom stuff, and yeah. So yeah, just do the things that you think are cool, and ignore what other people say. But when it comes to art, nah, unsatisfied all the time. I think that's just the state of being an artist, it's fine. You get used to it. Yeah, I think it was easy for me because I don't really care about most luxuries or anything, so I never needed a lot of money, and I never really cared about the opinions of other people very much, and various things like that, so my brain probably helped me be able to create a life that I was pretty happy with. Because when it came down to it, I just kind of wanted to come and make stuff. I like building stuff. It's a good time. Oh, it's an excellent way to be. I hope you too will have an easier time when the time comes. Because being allergic to spending money makes financial independence so much easier to achieve. Alright, I think my left angles are looking good, so let's go to the right. Gotta procrastinate on the upper right because I don't like it, so here we are, going to the lower right. This area is going to be much easier because it's mostly covered up now. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the nature of it. If you don't need to spend as much money to be happy, then it means you don't need to make as much money to be happy. But you know what? Life is hard. And if you could at least eliminate one vector of annoying stuff you have to deal with, then, well, you've already improved your life quite a lot. Actually, yeah, another way to look at it, tends to be the phrasing that I tend to use when thinking about building a life, and that is that you're literally building it, brick by brick. And it's not something that necessarily comes naturally. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at things too. So yeah, just build your life brick by brick. Be deliberate about your choices, and make sure that you're just moving in the right direction. You don't have to, you know, suddenly vault yourself there. It's just a one step at a time thing. Do cool things, have a good time. tell other people to do cool things and have a good time too. I think that's kind of the nature of inspiration and inspiring people. Just go do the thing. Yeah, no problem. So if you're saving up for a bunch of equipment and stuff, are you wanting to stream or are you currently streaming? Ah, the collaboration? Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. When you have a specific purpose, it can be hard to work with other people. That is true. What kind of things are you wanting to work with other people with, or to do, I guess? Yeah. Alright, that's good. When I looked there before, I didn't see any live streams, but it's been a little while since I checked. So I wasn't sure if he had started streaming or anything. So, let me think, but, what are you hoping to, like, do? So, music videos specifically, or? Basically, being specific with what you want to accomplish with these things can actually help quite a lot. Especially if you want to attract people with money. And it's okay, if you're just, venting and don't really want to talk about this in detail, that is fine too. Ah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, that's pretty rough. I know there's places that you can put your music out there that would let people like me find it. Because, like, I didn't write any of the music in the background here. This is just... I googled free music that I could use. And just happened to find this channel that lets you do that. So that's at least something that you could do without necessarily, or you could just do it by yourself. Maybe not the end goal, but it's something that could get you started. If you wish to enable more people to make more things. Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to get the attention of people out there. Honestly, it's impressive that you've even gone out of your way to contact people. Doing that always freaks me out, man. Yeah. It does sound like it'd be pretty cool. So good luck. I mean, it already sounds like you're on the right track. Like, man, I can't even imagine just going out and trying to email people. I think I'd probably throw up on my keyboard trying. Yes, sounds really hard. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to give it a shot. It's like people always say the worst that can happen is that they say no. But personally, I think the worst that can happen is that you just get ignored entirely. For me, that's always way worse than rejection. And you've already dealt with that, so you can only go up from here, right? Oh. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's hard. I imagine it's even harder now because there's lots of bots out there trying to pretend like they're creators when they're not. And it probably turns a lot of people off from cold DMs like that. Oh. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Congrats. Yeah. Oh, sneeze. Yeah, good way to be. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Congratulations. It's okay. Well, I think an important thing to remember when you're working with other people is it's not just you at that point. So all you can do is go out and do your best. Sure thing. Animation, kind of. I did some super basic stuff when I was like 15, but I've never done anything really complicated. Inochi2D stuff is the most I've done recently. So just basic animated illustrations and stuff. I think the most complicated stuff would be, you know, my model and then whatever you see on my start and end screens and whatnot. Yeah. Yep, the limits of my knowledge are, well, roughly what I'm doing here. This is all fairly new to me, too. But I think it's pretty cool. I like working with it. It's a good time. I know that feeling. I am constantly lamenting that people can no longer just learn the entire sum of human knowledge in one lifetime. Otherwise, I do so many more things. But yeah, a lot of that far outside of my area of expertise. I wouldn't actually even know where to get started at this point. Yep. It's like if you're doing 3D models. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're already doing 3D models, then I know Blender has movie features and stuff. So, that is one option. Unfortunately, I think that's just kind of the nature of animation. I'm sure that there are some things out there that help you a little bit, but yeah, it's just never going to be easy. Yeah, I've heard that it can do like some video editing and stuff. I'm not super familiar with all of its capabilities. But in this case, I was just suggesting making a movie or anime or whatever you want to call it with 3D models. Like, I don't know, Land of the Lustrous or something. Because there are a lot of studios using 3D animation for their just, you know, cartoons or movies process. It's not all hand-drawn anymore. Well, that's the nature of tools. They're there to help you and make you seem way more awesome than you actually are. Okay, I mean, can you imagine a lumberjack cutting down a tree with their bare hands? It's like, no, of course not. That's why they have the axe. It makes it so much easier. Tools just lower the barrier to entry. That's why I'm so happy to see great tools like Blender out there. And more people can make cool things. And if I'm continuing the lumberjack metaphor, it's like, now we have the technology that even someone like me, a skinny little girl, could probably cut down a tree, because chainsaws are really powerful. Oh, scary tech. What kind of scary tech? I actually don't. Oh. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Also makes sense why I wouldn't find it scary. Because I do not actually mind generative AI. I am all for letting more people make art. I mean, so this is kind of the way that I see generative AI, in that, I think people think about it wrong. It's a tool that'll help you make stuff, but, how should I say it? So I'm big into game development, and I don't really think it's reasonable for every game developer in their basement to learn how to draw. But I think it's totally reasonable for every game developer in their basement to maybe want to put character portraits or something into their games. And so that's where it makes sense for generative AI to be used. Because that way, you know, they can still make their cool thing and make it even better by putting more cool stuff in it. The AI in that case is a tool being used to help them fulfill their creative vision. I think what a lot of people leave out when they talk about AI is that they assume that whoever is making stuff with generative AI has no creative vision, and honestly, I don't particularly blame them because I think it's been horribly misused. Like, I see those occasional Twitter accounts that are just like, yes, I'm gonna upload 40 pictures every day, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But ultimately, it is a tool. I think it will enable more people to be able to make what they want, and I think that is overall a good thing. Yeah. It's okay. I don't think creatives have to be afraid. Because ultimately, the creative vision is what matters. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a common one, but I don't know. I just think more people being able to do what they want is a good thing. And I am all for lowering the barrier to entry for just about anything. I've never thought that AI was there to solve human creativity, as though human creativity is a problem. It's like, nah. It's there to enhance it. You just gotta use it right. I think what, Yeah, I mean, it's just there to help people realize their goals, their creative vision, or whatever else. It's a tool. And when used properly, it's more than just hitting a button and getting a response. Indeed. Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of genuine misuse going out there. Like, I know people are using generative AI to write college term papers, for example. And, you know, maybe that's not a good thing to do. Or the aforementioned people that are just like, hey, I could become rich while doing no work. I'll just make a lot of AI art and spam it and get a big following on Twitter and then sell products, as though that's actually easy to do. And, like, those things maybe not great. But when being used to fulfill someone's creative vision, yeah, it's great. It can help you. Oh, that's right, I made it bigger, not smaller. I mean, every innovation has growing pains. I mean, yeah. I mean, just look at what mass production did for humanity. On the one hand, now everybody can have a table. But on the other hand, suddenly there's a lot less carpenters in the world. They still exist. They're just less common, and because they're mass-produced, you can have, like, a couple thousand tables that look exactly the same. But yeah, a lot of carpenters probably lost their jobs when mass production became a thing. So... the world is changing very fast, and AI is going to lead to a lot of changes, I think. There's going to be a lot of growing pains in society, and I don't think a lot of people are going to know what to do. That's alright. I think humanity will figure it out eventually. It happens, you know? Whoa. Nice. I think woodworking's pretty cool. My father-in-law was our carpenter, did a bunch of stuff in construction, made a bunch of his own furniture even. And yeah, he does a bunch of cool stuff. Personally, I just... do I think humanity's done for? I guess it depends on how you define it. basically, I personally think it's likely that AI is going to reach a point that it's indistinguishable from humans. And I think it's likely that our ancestors are probably going to be more machine than organic. So I guess it depends on how you define it. But I think that our memory will carry on, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, every human alive here is going to die eventually anyway. And every human that was in the past is, you know, if they're not alive now, they're already dead. But we still kind of remember them, and the society we built is built on top of everything that they did in their lives. And so I think it'll be the same way. I guess you could say I'm not convinced our genes will carry on, but I think our memes will. Our ideas will live. And I think that's what's important. And I just happen to not be particularly bothered by this idea. Because I think the ideas are far more important anyway. So that's why I say, it's alright. Go out there and do the thing. I do think that the things that we all do will make a difference somewhere in the end. Because the future is built on the past, even if we don't get to see it. Indeed. They would think we were all witches. Just imagine someone from 1,000 years ago seeing us turn on a light. Harnessing the power of electricity. The power of lightning. Being able to create entire universes within a tiny box. It's witchcraft, man. We're the best wizards. Feels that way sometimes, and in 1,000 years, I'm sure that... I'll call it humanity, but I'm not quite sure it'll necessarily be humans. But humanity will know so much more, and if we looked at them, we'd probably be just as confused. That's why I say, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Just spread your ideas throughout the world and see how many of them stick. Man, as expected, this upper right turn is the worst. It is the one that I had yet to clean up yet, so not surprising. Yeah. That and having children. But even then, it's, I mean, I just told you that I'm not convinced that our genes will be the thing that lives on, but our ideas, I think will stick. They will influence whatever comes after us. Oh, that'd be pretty rad. We got a lot of terraforming to do before we can really do much there, but... We'll see what space travel does with it in the coming years. I'm pretty excited to see where it goes. I haven't been following it as closely as I kind of want to. Haven't really had enough time, but I do hope it goes somewhere, because I think it's a worthy endeavor. And space is just cool. Mm-hmm. Though I suppose saying that should be no surprise coming with someone with an avatar like mine. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. Creatively, even. Yeah, so much out there that we don't know yet. So much we don't understand, and... Man, it's just really pretty. What more reason do you need? Alright, well, I am starting to get hungry, but you know what? I've already finished most of this area on this turn, so I think I will finish the upper right. And just... I mean, I guess I just got all the things done today, which is pretty awesome. Thanks for sticking around. It definitely makes it easier to do longer streams when I have somebody to talk to. Until I finish this, yet I've tried to do estimates in the past, and I have been so far off that I'm not even sure I want to try anymore. I'm almost done with the head turns. And I still want to do some stuff with her body. So, probably a little while still. But I am almost done with the head turns, which is very exciting. Because I knew that her hair was going to be the most complicated part, and that it would probably take longer to do that than everything else combined. So, the fact that it's almost done is, encouraging. So I guess the short answer, a while. It'll be done soon, TM. So let's see. I still do want to get this whole area right. It's mostly there. Just kind of got to fix the tunnel here in the very top of the strand. And I am determined. Just want to line things up here. Alright. So yeah, I think I just gotta fix up the tunnel, and that'll be about it. So I gotta get me some food. I don't normally go quite this late. But it's okay, I had a good time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Alright, just gotta clean that up, and I think all will be well. I really do like how all the hair is coming out, though. Totally worth all the effort spent. This is why I'm determined to finish the model. I've got things I want to try, but no, I still just want to finish this. Alright, I think it's looking pretty good. Once again, she can still swing her head around, and it gets better every time. I actually see considerably less squirming in this area. So, yeah, I guess that'll be... Let's see, tomorrow do I want to do the outside of her head or in here? I don't know, I'll figure it out tomorrow. But for today, I think I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Thank you. I am quite happy with it. But yes, I think I will stop here today and grab something to eat. So, thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I'll see you all tomorrow.